Organizing for America. We've got Fight the Smears. We've got the Flag website. We've got the Reality Check website. We've got a proliferation of websites. Soon we'll have as many websites as czars. This is I would call this ideological terrorism. That's already terrorism. And of course, the door to false flag wide open with Obama now in difficulty. And remember, we're approaching the 9/11 point in Obama's first term. We are now where we were with Bush back in August of 2001. As a matter of fact, the anniversary of the bin Laden determined to strike in U.S. CIA briefing was just a couple of days ago. So we are now in that geometry. So people who are looking at drills should continue to look.
Well, that's the other issue, is they have the 9-month rule to stage some terror. So we're entering that quadrant the next 2 months, starting now. And I'm having my YouTube video shut down, and YouTube says that the Hive says they're racist. So I may not be on air much longer. They're saying they're on there saying I should be taken off the radio as well. I mean, they're 1 inch away from coming and arresting me.
It's a new year full of uncertainties. People are being laid off in record numbers. The price of food continues to rise, and the economy continues to falter. You know that you need to prepare. And maybe you've been putting it off, but the time to act is now. That's why you need to visit organicaseed.com. At organicaseed.com, you'll find one of the largest online selections of heirloom seeds, survival seed packs, as well as the giant vegetable seed collections that can feed you and your family for years. Imagine growing your very own fresh vegetables, wheatgrass, fruits, herbs, rice, tea, coffee, and tobacco. With detailed growing guides available to you at no charge, you can maximize your harvest and investment. And the best part? All orders ship within 24 hours. So head over to organicaseed.com. That's ORGANICA seed.com. Organicaseed.com today.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. How much are you willing to lose? Take action now. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129. I believe that we are facing a financial catastrophe of biblical proportion. Over recent decades, numerous economic systems have failed. Current Federal Reserve policy and uncontrolled government spending have set the stage for the United States to be the next target. Secure your assets today by calling 1-800-686-2237, extension 129. Do this while paper can still buy gold. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
Millions of Americans are beginning to realize the enormity of the economic and political problems facing the U.S. and the world. And for the first time in their lives, they are feeling the need for preparedness. Ready Reserve Foods has been in continuous operation, manufacturing the finest and dehydrated foods for almost 40 years. Ready Reserve is the manufacturer. Unlike other companies that just broker canned foods, Ready Reserve controls the quality from start to finish with double enameled cans and nitrogen packaging. When purchasing from Ready Reserve Foods, you are buying factory direct at wholesale prices. Other companies are quoting delivery times of 1 to 2 months, while Ready Reserve ships within 5 business days. Many companies do not even offer a catalog. We will be more than happy to send a catalog to you free of charge. Dial 1-800-453-2202, 1-800-453-2202, or visit our website at ReadyReserveFoods.com. Factory direct wholesale pricing from Ready Reserve Foods. Call us at 1-800-453-2202.
We had several videos that were chain reactioning Saturday. One of them got 130,000 views in just an hour and a half, so they took it off the main page. The others they just erased. And they said, criticism of Obama is now racism. And they commented and bragged, and YouTube said, yes, when the commissariat, when the political police or the Gestapo or the SA, that's more akin to it, the thugs in the streets say you're bad, we don't even look, you go down. This is official. It's in the article. But let's go to calls right now. We'll get into that later. Who's up next here, John? Chris in Maryland, you're on the air with Webster Tarpley. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Alex? How you doing?
Good. Worldwide broadcast. Go ahead.
Yeah, one quick question. Can you post some of these documents like, this is the quick question before I get my question here, about these documents like the SARS statements and Obama's health care plan?
The SARS statements.
Yeah, well, you know, like these things that the SAR says that if, whatever you said earlier about the SAR making the statement that anything said against Obama would be, you know, likened as, you know, anti-Obama racism.
We broke the news a week and a half ago because a listener sent us, said, look, the White House has announced, report on anybody criticizing Obama, you know, report this to authorities and report it to us. And now they've got them out doing this. And then we've linked to the different bills. We've linked to Tom Daschle's quotes, who helped write it. I mean, go read it. I mean, we've posted a whole bunch of articles that then have links to the subsections. We have an article right now about CPS visiting all parents' homes. You can go read the bill. Or like when they had national compulsory service in the bill, it said national compulsory service, people couldn't believe it, in another bill. Or how people couldn't believe that he wanted national service, even when he gave speeches and his chief of staff gave speeches. And those are in the Obama deception. People didn't believe me that Obama was the key person getting the votes for the banker bailout. But we have Nancy Pelosi bragging and Obama bragging and him on the Senate floor saying you've got to pass this. Webster, do you want to tell him about the health care bill, about the rationing and all this?
Well, the bill itself, I think it does not spell a lot of these things out. I would just note that some of the things that are most dangerous were already passed in the stimulus. In particular, there was $2 billion in the stimulus for something called National Coordinator for Health Information Technology at the National Institutes of Health. I take it here in Bethesda. So National Coordinator for Health Information Technology. You have to realize that the people who are going to staff these boards are Malthusians, right, in the same way that Holdren is, and they believe
that's
in population
Obama's
reduction.
brother is involved in it, and he says no health care for old people. Well, I mean, Webster, what are you saying? I mean, I've scanned over the bill. I actually have a rundown here with the pages, and I've checked it. This is so nightmarish, I can't even describe it. You're saying there's stuff...
I'm trying to say that some of these boards that are neutral, that don't spell out what they're going to do. I'll give you an example.
It says the boards will decide, and then people have gone and looked at who's on the boards, and they're all making eugenics statements.
Yes, precisely. There's one called MedPAC on steroids. MedPAC is something that's been around for a while. It has generally been blocked by Congress. So MedPAC on steroids means... essentially the death panel, right? What people call the death panel would be MedPAC on steroids. And this would be a bureaucracy similar to the British one that denies you care, saying the calculation is if you're 75 years old and overweight and you smoke, then you're of no value to society.
And there's no doubt these bioethics boards are set up for that. But you hear them on the news with the code words. They say, well, there are too many, useless tests, and then they won't even do the test on your heart to tell you've got the blockage. I mean, people say we're lying about England. England admittedly rations care massively.
Certainly. I also think you've got to look at the people. See, part of the stuff is who's going to be carrying this out. I mean, you look at Obama, You look at the fact he was asked, my mother is 75 years old and she wants to live. This was back in June. She wants to live. So his answer to that was, we can't make public policy based on subjectivity, meaning the fact that you want to live is of no consequence to me, and therefore...
Well, he said he didn't know if he should keep his grandmother alive.
Precisely. He's got stories about that. And then this is the famous